Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be a Sacred Union Energy Update where we look into the energies for the Divine Masculine, the Divine Feminine, and their overall union energies as well. We're going to be using a new deck. This is the Tarot of Enchanted Dreams. Beautiful deck that I just got, so I'm excited to use it. We're going to be using this to look into their overall energies first, and then we're going to get other tarot cards to look into the headspace, heart space, and physical world of the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. I think Spirit's coming in and saying, well, maybe we will do recent, past, current energies and near future energies, but we'll see. We'll see where the reading goes and what the energy is where they want me to go. You guys know that I just kind of wing it, so that's what we're going to do. So right now we're going to get an overall energy for the dynamic between the two. Then we're going to get an overall energy for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper. So, Spirit, what do you have for the overall energies here? What do you have for the overall energies for this dynamic, for their union energy, please? What's the union energy between these two? What's the union energy between these two? Death. You guys, I do want to tell you that I tried recording this once. Oh my gosh, and the Fool at the bottom. I tried recording this once before, and the death card came out then. I had to stop the recording because my dogs were barking. But this is a very powerful message, and it's no coincidence. And it's also no coincidence that the Fool is at the bottom of the deck. This is a fresh start. This is a 0 point. From an ending comes a new beginning. Death is always about transformation. It's always about a rebirth. Because energy cannot be created or destroyed. It is. It exists. And because it exists, the form might change. The form might transform. There might be some kind of ending, but from that ending, it's that circle energy. From that ending comes a new beginning. Life itself is infinite. You are infinite. And so there might be an old part of you that is dying. That ego is what they're saying. The ego could be dying. Now, I don't like to call it ego death. I like to call it like dissolution of the ego, the quieting of the ego, the healing of the ego, because we are in human form. And we do have ego. We do feel fear. We do feel anger. We do feel our emotions. But ego is when we get trapped in those feelings. Ego is when we get trapped in those emotions. This ascension journey is teaching us our self-mastery. It's teaching us how to transmute. It's teaching us how to challenge the ego, to listen more to soul, to listen more to our intuition and our heart. And so with the death here, what's interesting about this is for this dynamic, an old version, and we've been channeling this for a while, an old version of you is coming to an close, coming to an end. And because of that, you're being launched into this next phase, this brand new life. This brand new beginning here. It's interesting on this Fool card, there's a wheel here, almost like the Wheel of Fortune. What you've really put an end to is the karma, what I like to call the soul sludge. All the trauma, the pain, the poor habits, behaviors, the conditioning. Anything that kept you trapped in this cycle. That's what you were healing, especially over the past decade, especially over the past few months, the past few weeks, really purging the fear, purging the pain, purging the ego. And what you're being launched in, we talked about this in a couple of the last or latest readings, was it's a brand new decade, a brand new year, a brand new earth. That's what ascension is all about. It's a shift in consciousness because it's a brand new you where you're not holding yourself back in that 3D construct anymore. The dense energy of the 3D patterning and programming and conditioning. You're moving beyond that. You're ascending from that. Seeing things from that higher perspective. You have a new view. What's interesting about the Fool is it's a new start. It's a starting point. The world is the end of the journey. The Fool is the beginning of another. But you carry all the lessons that you learned with you. That's what evolution is. You carry everything that you've been through on your journey. The major arcana in the tarot is really about the hero's journey. All the lessons, all the people that you meet, all the experiences that you carry with you. The Fool in traditional tarot carries a knapsack, a bag on his back. And he has in there all the tools that he's learned, all the experiences that he's had, all the lessons that he's learned, all the people that he's loved, that he's learned from, all the karma that he has closed out. It was the end of one cycle, the beginning of another. This is what is transforming. You are transforming, and because you are transforming, so is your connection. It's naturally moving into this new cycle, naturally moving into this new beginning. This is a reset. Putting all of the past behind you, putting that to death, putting that to rest. Being reborn again in your connection. Your connection itself is being reborn. Being reborn. All right. That's amazing. Let's see what we have for the Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine, please. What's going on for the Divine Masculine? What's their overall energy? Overall energy for the Divine Masculine. What they're pointing me to here is it looks like a compass here in this circle. And this is now you're using your intuition, your soul to speak to you, to guide you. Your soul is your true north, not the ego. That's what you put a death to. Not the ego. Your soul is your true north. And it's guiding both of you now. Your intuition is guiding both of you now because of this ego death. Divine Masculine, please. These cards are a little bit, I have small hands, so these cards are a little bit hard to shuffle. And it's a new deck. Divine Masculine, please. Divine Masculine, please. Divine Masculine, please. There we go. Thank you. And let's get one for the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, please. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, Divine Feminine. Okay, thank you. Okay. Divine Feminine, Page of Cups. Divine Masculine, King of Wands. You know what's so interesting about this deck? When I first got it, I looked at all the cards, and I noticed that none of the kings or the emperor himself are actually sitting on the throne as a person. They're not embodying a physical vessel yet. And that's kind of energy that I'm getting here. You see how the throne is there's no person in it, but the crown is here and it's lit up. What I'm getting is this death, this transformation is not just about your relationship. I mean, yes, your relationship is going through this transformation. You're going to start seeing the results of that in the physical 3D reality. You're going to start having this new beginning, seeing this new beginning. Whether it's communication, whether it's commitment, whether it is conversation, whatever it looks like for you, whatever that next stage is for you, it's going to be a new beginning. It's because they're having Divine Masculine is letting go of their ego, transforming their ego, and having these crown activations where they're tapping into their higher self. They're tapping into their intuition, their feminine energy, they just said. And what's going to happen is they're going to ascend into this king energy. And it's interesting that it's wands because the wands is all about action, but also wands can be an energy of spiritual awakening. So he's stepping into his spirituality. And as he steps into his spirituality, as he steps into trusting himself, trusting his intuition, trusting guidance from spirit, he's going to be taking action from that guidance to move forward. We're going to get some more clarifiers on this. But they're pointing me to the lions here with the strength card, and I was seeing that earlier. when I was shuffling the Strength card, he is gaining the courage now. He's gaining the courage now to step up and sit on his throne that is his. That is rightfully his. He is deserving of it. He is worthy of it. He is divine. This is him recognizing his power, recognizing his divinity. But this is not the corrupt power that we have talked about before. This is not the patriarchal power. This is power of the self. This is mastering the self, mastering the ego. We're going to get more on this. Let's go to the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, oh, this is beautiful. Divine Feminine, we have the Page of Cups. This is that new beginning. And I feel like you're really anticipating this. I feel like these are like antenna, and like you've got your sensors up, Divine Feminine. You've got your sensors up. You can feel that you are right on the cusp of a new beginning, and you have no idea how or when or what it actually means, what it might look like, but it feels like it's a new beginning. Now, whether this is with your Divine Masculine or whether this is for your own life, take it as it resonates for you, but this is, you can feel it within your partnership as well, because we have the Two of Cups here. You can feel that something new is brewing. You can feel that there's a change and a transformation that is taking place, because it's taking place within you. You might be feeling calm. You might be feeling excited. The page here, I like how she has like very wide eyes. The pages can sometimes be an energy of naivete, but here I'm more getting an energy of innocence. It's like you've really put the past in the past, and you're ready to start fresh. It's like you've really cleared any of that resentment, any of that anger that you were still holding on to for whatever you experienced in the past within this dynamic, this specific dynamic with your counterpart. Forgiveness. You're coming to a place of forgiveness for your divine counterpart. And it's because you're really focusing on yourself. You're really coming to a place of self-love where you're like, okay, you know what? If I'm not seeing him on the throne yet, then he can take his time. You know, whatever he wants to do, he'll do. I know he'll be there. This is really trusting the divine. This is really trusting in the process of transformation, knowing that from an ending comes a beginning. And it's almost like you're letting the past iteration of your dynamic end so that you can have a new beginning, and you're like, whatever it looks like. That's the innocence energy here. You know that you're going to have your Two of Cups. You know you're going to have your balance and your harmony, that reciprocity, but you're letting go of the control and just allowing it to be whatever it looks like. That's the innocence, that wide-eyed innocence of the page here. You know it's going to be a new beginning. You can feel it. You've got your antennas, your sensors up. You're in anticipation of it. You're even feeling excited about it. But any of that dread that you might have been feeling, like, oh my God, is it going to be the same old? If he comes in, is he going to be in and out? Is he going to be hot and cold? Is he going to be blaming me or projecting onto me? Or whatever the dynamic was between you two, ghosting me, withdrawing from me, not emotionally available anymore. Is he going to be the same? But now it's like you're approaching it from a place of, you know that there's a new beginning, and at least a new beginning for you. And so it's an energy of, I know what I'm manifesting. I know that this union is fated. I have confidence and faith that this is meant to be, but you're letting go of the resistance. You're letting go of the control of the how and the when. You're just letting it be. And it's almost like an energy of you're coming back to playfulness within yourself, innocence within yourself, letting go of the intensity, letting go of the I'm also hearing you're letting go of any fear surrounding this connection. Fear that your divine counterpart might betray you or abandon you, because you've really cleared that wounding. Now, understand that what happens between you and your divine counterpart is a reflection of wounds that you've already had within you. So if your divine counterpart is abandoning you or betraying you, it's because you have that wound already within you, possibly from childhood or past relationships, even past lifetime healing. Your divine counterpart for true divine counterparts. There are some connections that are not these divine counterpart connections that are actually toxic. It's up to you to really discern. Nobody can tell you but your own intuition. Nobody can tell you or validate for you but your own heart. You have to go through the process of trusting yourself and trusting your own intuition. We talk about that a lot. Nobody can tell you for sure what your connection is but you. This journey is really about trusting yourself, learning how to trust yourself, learning how to listen to your intuition and what it's telling you, even if it's not what you want to hear. So, for true divine counterparts, there is unconditional love. Unconditional love. And we don't really understand what unconditional love is. We've never truly experienced it before. Yes, as spirit, but not in this human body. Not within the duality of ego versus intuition. That's what we come here to remember, to wake up to ascend to. What ascension really is we're anchoring in that spiritual nature with the human body, with the 3D form. Bringing that fifth dimensional consciousness and above down into this physical reality. Our physical reality is what we see, hear, taste, touch, and smell, but it's all from within. We manifest it from within. We create our own reality. Divine counterparts, you have the unconditional love, but in this 3D reality, we hadn't experienced this before. We hadn't recognized it before. But now we recognize it in each other. And what happens is all the karma from the past, all the what I like to call soul sludge, comes up to the surface as pain, as wounding, as trauma. It comes up to be cleared, and your divine counterpart triggers that in you because they are your reflection and they are your safe space. They are your home. They are you. They are you. And they're not triggering you in order to hurt you. They're triggering you in order to show you where the wounding still exists, where the trauma or the pain still exists, where the patterns still exist, where you have to change your perspective, where you have to put a death to the old parts of you that aren't serving you anymore in order to have this new beginning as your higher self, anchoring into the higher self, anchoring into that new consciousness. And so all that soul sludge comes up between you, but what exists between you is true love. What exists between you is pure love, genuine love, unconditional love. And this journey is all about trusting yourself and recognizing that. That's the innocence, the returning of the innocence. It's the letting go of all that resentment and all of that pain that you're feeling of this incarnation so that you can have this fresh start. Okay, we're going to go to the tarot now. Give me 1 second. Okay, guys, sorry, my dogs are barking. We're going to go to the tarot now. Let me see what I want to use. I want to use this Divine Masculine I just heard. Okay, we're going to use this one for the Divine Masculine. So let's see what's going on. Spirit, what do we want to do? They're telling me current energy. So we're going to do, we're going to do recent past, current, and then near future is what they're saying. What we're progressing into. All right. You guys, make sure that you stay tuned to Instagram and Facebook. I'm having mini readings up there all the time where we do a quick check-in on the energies, current energies. So if you want to know what's going on, not quite daily, but pretty close, make sure you check that out. All of my information is in the description box below. Okay, Spirit, let's do near, what are we doing? Recent past. Where was their energy in the recent past? Where was their energy in the recent past, Spirit, for Divine Masculines? Where was their energy in the recent past? Yeah. Tower. They had a shakeup. What's interesting is make sure you stay tuned to the daily energy draws this week because it really feels like there's a progression going on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Tomorrow's daily energy draw on Thursday, it's the Tower moment. This is either in the recent past or it could be, energy is fluid and I tend to channel ahead, so take it as it's resonating for you. But there was something that really shook them up, something that really shook up their foundation, that made their whole foundation crumble. Now, this is not just the foundation of their physical external world, but something within themselves as well. It was their ego that is dissolving, their ego that is truly crumbling. This is that death energy, that transformation energy. From the tower falling down comes a rebuilding. Just like from the death comes a rebirth. And what's interesting here is as soon as I pull this card, what they're showing me are the flames here. Do you see these two flames? They look like wings. It's almost like there's a phoenix rising from this fire, like a phoenix rising from this crumbling. What's interesting too, they're telling me, is that this is also an illusion. It's no coincidence the decks that they have me pull for the symbolism in the images. This is not their first tower moment. But it's almost like the tower moments that they had before didn't get the job done. Because they were still holding on to control, still holding on to resistance, still holding on to their past patterns, perspectives, habits, addictions, toxic energy. This could be relationships, this could be work, this could be behaviors, this could be conditioning, whatever this is, however this is resonating for you. Divine Masculine was still holding on. And so the universe in the past few months, I want to say the past 6 months, possibly even from summer, was coming in and just shoving tower moment after tower moment after tower moment because Divine Masculine was very stubborn, very resistant. They're like, I'm not going to change. I don't have to change. I like it here in my comfort zone. I like it here in my cocoon. And their soul, that was ego that was speaking. Their soul was like, let's go, let's go, let's go. We want to move into this new era. We want to move into this new phase of our life. We want to have our abundance. We want to have our happiness. But Divine Masculine has been afraid and terrified of this happiness. I'm going to talk about this for a second. Here it is. This came out in a client reading, and I wrote an essay on Instagram and Facebook about it. This was a card that came out, and immediately I channeled the story of Icarus. Icarus had wax wings, and he flew higher and higher and higher, and eventually flew too close to the sun, and his wings melted, and he tumbled to the earth. Everything crumbled around him. But now, Divine Masculines, even though their wings aren't made of wax anymore, because that's the new foundation, that's this unconditional love, that's this new them, this new transformed them. But they've been holding so tightly to the memories of the past, the traumas, the pain, the conditioning, the patterns, the people, that comfort zone. They've been holding so tightly that they don't recognize that they can fly again, and that the sun isn't going to burn them, the sun being representative of happiness and bliss. They're not recognizing that if they just take a leap of faith, that fool again, if they just take a leap of faith towards this connection, towards their own happiness, they're going to fly. And the sun is not going to scorch them or burn them or create a tower moment. In fact, because their wings are now made of these beautiful feathers, they're going to be able to soar even higher than they had before. The foundation had to crumble. Tower moment after tower moment after tower moment. But what's interesting here is through these tower moments, what Divine Masculines might not be recognizing is that they have been healing and building a new foundation built on self-love, trusting their intuition, having heart expansions and chakra activations, their crown chakra opening, tapping into their feminine energy finally, really feeling their feelings and expressing themselves, standing their ground, setting their boundaries. And so what they don't recognize is that they have been actually building up a foundation based on self-love. The old mask and the illusions had crumbled. And now they're building up a new foundation in love. And look, there are two people here. This is Divine Feminine right beside them. Their Divine Feminine has been beside them, helping them to build this new foundation. And so the Divine Masculine is like, you're right at the edge here. You're right on the precipice. And now we have to push you. Because you see how terrified he is? He has these wings, but he's afraid to use them. So the Divine is coming in and saying, okay, this is the last remnants of the ego. The ego's last stand. We channeled a reading, a couple of readings with that title a couple of weeks ago, I think it was. So if you're interested in that, Ego's Last Stand, you can search the channel for that. Now that the universe is coming in, and it's just the tip of the I don't want to say tip of the iceberg because that's not what I mean. It's like the final push. Getting rid of that last bit that doesn't serve them. Anything that's still holding them back so that they can burst forth, almost like this fire, almost like this phoenix is going to burst forth through that roof and just rise and fly. That's this rebirth energy. Recent tower moment shook them up. It's shaking them up. Take it as it resonates for you. It's shaking them up so that the last of their ego dissolves. So they learn how much love that they have for themselves, what they're worthy of, deserving of, how much love their Divine Feminine has for them, and that they can fly, and that they can trust this connection, they can trust themselves, they can trust in their own happiness now. It is not the past. What the Fool is, it's a 0 point. It's a complete blank slate, a fresh start. Not holding on to the past anymore. That's really what this new year is bringing us. New decade, new year, new earth, new world, new life. It is what you make of it. It is what you make of it, but they were holding on so much to that resistance. They weren't letting go, and so the universe is like, okay, we'll give you another tower moment. Because the universe is working with you. The universe is part of you. You are part of the universe. The universe is working with you to create the best life for yourself. The universe isn't punishing you. The universe is a benevolent universe, trying to guide you where your own very soul wants you to go. It's just your ego that gets in the way, that holds you back. This is the ego. This is the ego that the universe is getting rid of, that the universe is putting an end to and saying no. No more of that. Now let your soul and your intuition and your heart guide you where you want to go. Now it's time for you to step up and lead by listening to where your heart wants you to go. Okay, you guys, these energies are intense. Current energies for the Divine Masculine. There's that Wheel of Fortune energy. They're balancing themselves out and gaining the confidence here. We have the Two of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands here. They're learning how to balance themselves out internally after this Tower moment and gain the confidence to move forward, to take action for their lives, so that their external world becomes balanced as well. It's interesting. I used to hate the Two of Pentacles, especially in the traditional tarot, because it was always an energy of juggling. But here, this is an energy of balance, especially with the infinity sign here. This is a true energy of balance. And with the root chakra here, this is a balancing within the self, feeling very stable, feeling very secure, very grounded energy. This is a really beautiful energy. And paired with the Queen of Wands, this isn't a page, this isn't the Knight. This is someone who is very stable, who is very secure, and who is willing to take the lead and take action. And that is Divine Masculine energy, where they take control of their lives. They take the lead in this connection and for themselves, for their lives. They're understanding that they're not letting anybody else lead their lives, that they're in control of their lives. That's how they become the master manifester. By taking control, by knowing that they have the tools to create their life, to manifest. I feel like there's something else there. What else do you have for me for that? 9 of Swords. And 8 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Okay, thanks for that clarity. 6 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, they're walking away from this mental anguish. They're walking away from this mental anxiety because they're seeing that it's not serving them anymore. So it's bringing them to, and it's interesting that we have the trust card here because that's what they're learning. They're learning to trust themselves. They're learning to trust themselves. They're learning to trust that they have power. And again, it's not, when I use the word power, it's not that corrupt power. It's not that manipulative energy. It's power. It's divinity. It's confidence. It's strength. It's leadership, authority, taking control of your life. Not being in this mental anxiety, being in this mental anguish. The energy that I'm getting here is, it's funny because my Divine Masculine and I were talking about this earlier, like puppets on a string. You're not a puppet. Cut the string. You're in control of your life, nobody else. If you're just handing somebody the strings to control you, you're going to be caught up in this mental anxiety. This is what you're walking away from. This is what you're moving towards. What comes after the 8 of Cups but 9 of Cups? Wish fulfillment. And it's only because you're taking control of your thoughts, taking control of your emotions, taking control of your life, balancing yourself out, maintaining that stability and that confidence within that you can go towards your happiness. Well, let's see what they're going towards. Near future energies, please. 6 of Wands, victory. And a passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands there. Tell me more about the 6 of Wands. Yeah, there's that 9. I told you, you guys, I told you. And fast movement with the Chariot. This is taking the reins of your life. Balancing out the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine energies within you. Taking control, taking the reins. Nobody else guiding you. Nobody else controlling the reins. You're not a puppet. You are one with the universe, and that is what this Tower moment is coming in to show you. You're not controlled by anybody. You control yourself. And when you control yourself, you balance out your life with the Justice card. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment, happiness, victory. This is what's coming in because of this revelation, this breakthrough, this epiphany. Tower moments don't have to be a complete crumbling. It can also be epiphanies and breakthroughs, understandings, sudden downloads of understanding. So what are you walking towards when you get out of your own mental entrapment and anxiety and anguish? You move towards the 9 of Cups. A sense of justice for your life, a sense of fairness, a sense of balance. Victory. And this is not just any victory, this is public victory. There's something about her being naked that I want to clarify. Give me a second. What's that about? It's about vulnerability. Yeah. Yeah, no, okay, that's what it is. Thank you. Okay. Oh, there's the Lovers. It's about her being naked. It's about her being vulnerable. Divine Masculine being vulnerable. No longer hiding and holding back. The Moon card being about secrets. The 7 of Swords being about self-deception. No longer holding back. This is about showing the world who you are without the masks, without the illusions, without the fears and the overthinking and the anxiety. This is about standing true in your power and saying, this is who I am. Showing the world who you are. Communicating to the world who you are. This is what is going to bring in that victory. This is what's going to bring in the balance and the 9 of Cups. And with it being on top of the Divine Feminine energy here and being a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine Sacred Union reading, as they are vulnerable and communicative with you, divine feminines, they're going to feel a sense of victory. This is where sacred union truly begins. You're already in the process of sacred union, but this is where that harmonious union really begins. And with harmonious union, it's a balancing out of not just the energies, but of your relationship, your physical 3D relationship. And that's what brings in the abundance and the happiness and the joy. It starts with being emotionally vulnerable, expressive, saying this is who I am, but not in a this is who I am kind of way. It's from a place of, let me show you who I really am. Let me show you my heart. Let me show you my feelings. Let me show you my love. Let me express myself without fear, without hesitation, without holding back anymore, without withdrawing, without secrets, without the self-deception, without the masks. Let me show you who I am, because that's how I'm going to be victorious. This is incredible. Beautiful, beautiful energies. All right, let me get into divine feminine energies, and then we're going to pull messages and guidance. I'm going to use this mermaid deck for divine feminine. Not really along the lines of a theme here, but that's okay. Here we go, where spirit wants us to go. If you guys want me to tap into your own personal energies with your divine counterpart, or even if you're just looking for some guidance along your spiritual awakening or ascension journey, feel free to reach out to me at susanddawnspiritual.com. I am taking bookings into next week. I do offer a fairly quick turnaround time and very reasonable prices, a lot of different spreads for different price points. So make sure that you check us out if you're interested. All right. Divine feminine, recent energies, recent past energies, please, for the divine feminine. Recent past energies for the divine feminine. Recent past energy for the divine feminine, please. Recent past energies. There's the Eight of Cups. Before I get into the messages, okay, I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that one. Yeah. And justice. Okay. Recent past energies. What I love about this is divine feminine is ready for a new beginning. She has shed her old skin. This is what the energy that I pick up on this card. And what's interesting is I always follow up the Eight of Cups in this deck with the Fool, because the Fool card in this deck, and I'm not gonna go searching for it in here, but it's very vibrant. It's very fresh. She's coming out of the ocean, feeling renewed. Here, the energy that I always get with this symbolism is she shed her old skin, and she's walking away from that old skin towards home, what feels like home to her, towards her wish, towards her happiness, towards justice, wanting a sense of justice. Now, take this energy as it resonates for you, because this is a collective reading. Everybody's situation is going to look a little bit different. For some, divine feminines have been deciding to walk away from the connection. That was a choice point. We have channeled that message, maybe back since October, November, that there was a choice point for especially divine feminines within this connection, and that some wanted to remove themselves from this connection to move towards a soulmate energy. For others, this is just pulling back the focus from their divine masculine to focus more on their happiness, on their wishes, what it is that they want for their life, their own life. Rather than so hyper-focusing and almost obsessing about the divine masculine, now they're recognizing that, okay, that was the old me. That was the old iteration of this connection. I'm ready for my fresh start. That's the end that I've put an end to. I put an end to feeling like the scales are imbalanced. I've put an end to disrespect. I've put an end to lack of boundaries. I've put an end to any of the karmic cycles that just wasn't serving within this connection. And so that's what they're walking away from, their old self, their old cycle within this connection, to move towards their happiness and a new beginning. So take it as it resonates for you. It could be different segments. But we're going to focus on the connection because we're talking about the dynamic. We're talking about counterparts here, so we're going to focus on that segment, but take it as it resonates for you. What they're walking towards, their Nine of Cups, is a balanced relationship. Balanced scales. They're looking for reciprocity. They're looking for this justice. They're looking for truth. They're looking for clarity. They're looking for something that makes them feel fulfilled. And for a very long time, this connection hasn't made them feel fulfilled. It was lacking because it was lacking that balance. It was lacking that reciprocity. It was lacking appreciation and possibly even affection, emotion, expression, communication. Take it again as it resonates for you, but the scales were not balanced. And so Divine Feminines in the recent past detached her energy, may have even walked away physically, cutting off communication so that she can focus on herself, the star, so that she can focus on her wishes and bring balance back into her life where there wasn't balance within this connection. Where is she in the current energies? Where's Divine? Oh boy. All right, those popped out in a strange way, so I'm going to read them. Because it feels like they want to be read. Divine Feminines. What's going on here? Oh, okay, got it. Oh, got it. Divine Feminines. You might have been in a place recently of complete mental anguish and pain. This was part of ascension. This was part of you leveling up. It was purging is what you've been going through. I know I just went through this last week. I know from talking to some of you guys, from the comments on Instagram, Facebook, and emails that I receive, that you're going through this now. There is a lot of this confusion, mental entrapment, and possibly even doubt about this connection. You might be feeling doubt about this connection. Like, does this connection even exist anymore? Is the spark still there? Are they even my divine counterpart? You might be even experiencing some of that confusion. It's because it's almost like you're here. You are offering this cup to your divine masculine as you have been, and here he is in this self-pity mode. You're viewing him in this self-pity mood. You're viewing him as in this woe is me victimhood, and they very well might be. But what you're not seeing behind the scenes, Divine Feminines, is all this energy here, all this transformation that's taking place. And so what you're seeing in the 3D, what you're seeing on the surface, you're not seeing the change. You're just seeing, here, I'm holding up a cup. This is the Ace of Cups. This is everything. This is a brand new beginning. This is love and compassion and affection and attention. This is everything you've been wanting from your past relationships that you never had, but you're so focused on your past relationships that you can't even see me. You can't even see me, and it's like you're screaming, Divine Feminines. You see how she has a knife in her mouth there? You're screaming, but you can't be heard. You have this clarity for Divine Masculines, but they're not even facing you. They're too drunk on their own self-deception. They're too drunk on their own pain. So focused on that one pattern or relationship or perspective. But Divine Feminines, that's the 3D. That is, how do I say this? That is, you're not seeing the bigger picture. You're not seeing the whole picture. It's almost like there's moon energy coming in here. You're trapping yourselves by focusing so much on this. You're not seeing that there's this whole big transformation going on behind the scenes for the Divine Masculines. And yes, they might not be showing you that, and it might be very frustrating, but that's where you do need to pull back your energy and detach and focus on yourself, focus on your happiness, focus on your balance, focus on your wishes and your life and your manifestations. That is where you have the power. But you're giving your power away, Divine Feminines, by tying yourself up and focusing so much on the fact that your Divine Masculines aren't seeing you. Take back your power. Step into your self-mastery energy. You have all the tools for this. You have that self-mastery. You have gone through this transformation. I want to get some more energy here. Yeah, look at that transformation. Death card again. You've gone through this transformation. You have that knowledge. You are the Empress. You are in your power. But it's like you're getting yourself caught up in the illusions. You're getting yourself caught up in the fears where all you can see is this, and you can't see the transformation that's happening on the bottom of the deck, that's happening beneath the surface. You can't see the transformation, what's happening under the surface. Let me see if there's anything more for the current energies for the Divine Feminines. Anything else for current energies for Divine Feminines? Three of Pentacles and the Sun. Yeah, you're so focused on this that you can't even see that there is partnership that is brewing, that there is happiness that is coming, that is here right now. Focus on your life. Focus on what you have. Focus on working together. Because right now, when you're focused on this, you're in opposition. When you're so focused on the lack, you're in opposition for manifesting what it is that you actually want. So focus on the partnership and accept the partnership as it is. Now, that does not mean putting up with negative behavior. That's you having your own self-respect. That's you setting your boundaries. You can very well either say, I'm not putting up with this, or walk away, or detach your energy, whatever it is that you need to do to balance out yourself, to maintain your self-worth, your power. We have one more, don't we? Oh yeah, there's the Fool. Look at that, the brand new beginning. What did I say here? You've shed that old skin. You're not that person anymore. This is the Fool. Look how brand new and bright and vibrant she is. And remember when I said in the knapsack containing all the tools of the magician? The cup and the pentacle and the sword and the wand. Having that power of everything that she's experienced and carrying it with her. Not forgetting it, but allowing that to help her move forward. This is a brand new beginning. This is a new beginning that you're creating for yourself. A happiness that you're creating for yourself. Just get yourself out of this mental entrapment, and you have the power here to do so. You have the power here to manifest this brand new beginning. Don't focus on the lack. Don't focus on the illusion. Don't focus on the 3D, and the 3D is the illusion. Focus on the partnership. Focus on the love. Even if you just have to go higher, even if it's just in the 5D right now. For a couple of weeks now, what I've been doing is I've been completely ignoring the 3D. I've been ignoring my divine masculine in the 3D and just focusing on the 5D. Wanting to ground that, now wanting to stay in the fantasy, wanting to really bring that into reality. But the reality was still accepting where he was. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to focus on the love. And it made me feel better. It made me come back to a place of love and compassion and let go of that resentment, put an end to that resentment. We talked about that in the beginning as well. To come back to this place of just that innocence, that love that I have for my divine masculine. Don't focus on the negativity within your partnership. Yes, there's going to have to be apologies. Yes, there's going to have to be conversations. Yes, acknowledgement of the poor behavior. But your divine masculine will come in with that when they're ready. When they're ready to take that leap of faith and trust. But you have to trust as well, divine feminines. You have to let go of that resentment. Let go of this fear that they're still holding on. Because if they're still holding on, you're still holding on as well. You're still looking at the past as well, where he couldn't see you or he wasn't seeing you. And by still holding on to the past, you're still tying yourself up. It's time to move on from that. It's time to let go and have this fresh, new, innocent start. And it's time to trust. And as you trust, so will your divine masculine. What's going on in the near future, energies, please? What's going on in the near future? What's going on in the near future? What's the Seven of Swords energy? What's going on in the near future for the divine feminines? What's this about? Seven of Swords and Three of Swords. What's that about? I'm hearing the word choice point, but I want to get clarifiers for this. That you have a choice. It's almost like if Seven of Swords and Three of Swords, if you stay in this energy of holding on, then you're going to just be trapping yourself in illusion and deception and heartbreak. It's just going to be perpetuating this cycle is what I'm getting, but I want to get more. So if this is a choice point, what's the opposite choice? What's going on with the near future energies? Seven of Cups. Yeah, you have options here, Divine Feminines. It's almost like, what's interesting is, it's almost like with this Magician energy. Okay, so I want to lay this out for you guys, because this is I know this does not look like what it's saying. If you read tarot traditionally, you know, if you're intuiting another message, take it as it resonates for you. But I read based on the energies and the messages that they're giving me. You know, I don't even need the cards to channel. The energy that they're giving me is, with this Magician card, because you are so powerful, within your power, within your Empress energy, you get to create your fate. If you continue to keep yourself trapped in this energy, with the Seven of Cups here, you have the option. This is your choice. If you keep yourself trapped in this energy of lack, of resentment, of pain, then you're going to continue in the near future in this energy of illusion, deception, and pain. And the deception is the illusion of this, of what we just talked about. This is that mental entrapment. That's the illusion. That's the self-deception. And that's the heartbreak. You keep yourself trapped in this heartbreak. Or you can choose love with the Queen of Cups. And look at that big old cup of love there. You can choose love. You have the power to manifest the future of your choice. You have the option here. Clarify the Queen. Excuse me. Yeah. Look who just fell out. Yeah. You have the option here to move towards the Empress energy. The Five of Wands here. What's this Five of Wands? Change. Thank you. You have the opportunity to change your fate. To change your fate. It's almost like they're giving me Eight of Wands energy with this Five of Wands here. You see how they're all pointed in this direction? All the wands are pointing in this direction. That's what traditional tarot looks like. All the wands are pointed in one direction for the Eight of Wands. You have the opportunity to change and create the life that it is that you want. The Empress is a very creative energy as well. She births a new reality. And you see her, she's pregnant. She births a new reality. So you can stay in this heartbreak and this deception and this illusion. Or, and it's interesting because Divine Masculines were here as well, and that's where they had the Tower moments. They were keeping themselves trapped. Divine Feminines, don't keep yourself trapped either, because then you're just perpetuating the resistance between you two, because your Divine Masculine feels that energy. Remember, you are one. So they're feeling trapped, you feel trapped. They're feeling your energy, and that perpetuates the cycle between you two. You have the power, Divine Feminines. You're leading the connection. You're leading the way. You have the power and the option to choose and manifest this change, to manifest this love into a new reality. This is your power. You can birth this new reality. And the High Priestess here. She is the ultimate alchemist. Wow. Wow. Where are we on time? Okay. I'm going to end with messages between you guys from my message deck. Conversations with Counterparts. This is volume 1. Actually, I think I'm going to use volume 2. Give me a second. Both are available on my Etsy shop if you are interested in purchasing for yourself. All right. Divine Masculine, what do you want to say to Divine Feminine? There's still time for us. Have faith in this divine unfolding, Divine Feminines. You feel it. You've got, you know. You've got your antennas way up. You know that this is happening. Divine Masculine knows as well. He just needs to take his time because he's going through this process. But it doesn't feel like it's going to be a long process. It doesn't, like the Tower moments coming in. He's going through this transformation. And it's almost like, you see how we have Death and we have the Fool? It's like we're right in the middle here. We're right in the in-between. We're right at the start of a new chapter, closing out the old, beginning anew. And we're going to start seeing that wheel turning. We're going to start seeing the physical manifestations of that new beginning soon. You're going to start seeing the product of that new beginning soon in your physical world. Just keep holding faith and get out of any energy, both divine masculine and divine feminines, get out of any energy that's holding you back in heartbreak, in fear. Learn to trust. Learn to trust that you both have wings now because you've gone through this transformation. You both have wings and you can take this leap of faith. And you can both fly towards each other as you fly towards your happiness, because you will not get burned this time. You will not get burned. That's the old you. That's the old phase of your life. This is a brand new beginning, a brand new world, a brand new life. Divine Feminines, what do you have to say to your masculines? Divine Feminines, what do you have to say to your masculines? I'm making my way back to you. That's beautiful. This feels like you are breaking out of this energy of mental entrapment, of fear. Like you're ready to approach this from a place of innocence. Like you are letting go of the resentment. You're letting go of the pain of the past. You're coming to a place of forgiveness, which is allowing you, Divine Feminines, to have this fresh start. And as you come to this place of forgiveness and a fresh, brand new start, so is your Divine Masculine able to more able to trust and take that leap of faith towards you. Divine Masculine to Divine Feminine. I'm going to take these. My world is turning upside down and my life is better with you. This is that Tower moment. This is the final push, that Tower moment that is bringing in an epiphany and a breakthrough, that this connection makes him happy. That this connection brings him abundance, personal abundance, emotional abundance, joy. And as you do that, it manifests as that emotional abundance comes to light. It manifests in his physical world. His world balances out. So right now it feels like his world is turning upside down, but he's recognizing the part that you play in his happiness. And before, he might have been blaming you and blaming this connection because he didn't understand that you were not a part of the upheaval within his world. That was all of his pain and all of his karma and all of his soul sludge and trauma that was coming up to the surface. That you've only been the reflection, that you've only been holding the love and holding the space for him. But he's recognizing that now. And so as his world is turning upside down, what he's starting to recognize and shift his perspective on is it feels like his world is crumbling, but look at the new foundation that he's built. A beautiful, firm, and stable foundation built on love. And that's what he's recognizing. His world might have been turned upside down to push him out of the comfort zone, to push him out of the old. But now, his world is turning upside down in a beautiful, better way to move towards his Nine of Cups, his victory, his abundance, to move towards love with you. Divine Feminines to Divine Masculines. Divine Feminines too. Okay. I'm planning for our life together. And on the bottom of the deck, you're my greatest adventure. What's beautiful about this is, where am I going to put that? Divine Feminines, this is you manifesting your wishes for yourself, walking away from the old, learning how to balance out your life, balance out yourself, love yourself, respect yourself, know that you're worthy. This is you, no matter what, possibly even detaching from your masculines if need be, to create that balance and stability within your life where you can manifest your wishes, wanting your wishes to come true. Planning for a life together, yes, it's going to include your Divine Masculine, but if your masculine is not here at this time, you're still moving forward with your life. It might be with them in mind, but it's still for you. You still have your dreams. You still have your goals that you want to create for yourself, the life that you want to create for yourself. And your Divine Masculine, you know that when the time is right, it will unfold so that you'll make your way back to each other. Okay. Whew. The energy here, you guys, it's very intense. It's very beautiful. There's a lot of love here, but it is very passionate. Very passionate and very excited. We started that reading like that. It's very excited. It feels like an anticipation. Like you're both eager for this new beginning. You're both eager for this fresh start. And you can feel it. This is my Conversations with Spirit deck. I'm going to get some messages of guidance. Spirit, what do you have for these counterparts? What guidance do you have for these counterparts here? What guidance do you have for these counterparts here? Let's get 1 or 2 cards. Thank you. There we go. Don't lose your faith in this situation. Allow it to unfold. Connect with your spirit animal. This is also your spirit team. This is connect with yourself. Connect with your inner guidance. Trusting yourself again. Trusting your intuition. Don't look at the 3D. The 3D is the illusion. Follow what's in your heart. Let your heart lead you. Connect with your spirit animal for strength in order to do this. And then we have time to love yourself. Love yourself through this. All right, you guys, this was a beautiful, beautiful reading. We're going to end here. There's not going to be an extended today. I'm losing my voice, so we're going to end here. We'll probably be back at the end of the week with another reading, so stay tuned to the channel for that. As well as make sure that you do check out the daily energy draws this week because it's very powerful, picking up on this energy as well. And also stay tuned to Instagram and Facebook for mini reads and pick-up piles and all that good stuff. All right, you guys, I'm sending you so much love, so much light, and we'll see you later. Bye.